Hey guys, today I'm here to bring you some reviews that I have been forgetting to do, and I decided to do them now. So I'll probably be doing this throughout, well, for a while. There will probably be times where I don't review things for a while, so I might be doing more of these catch-up reviews in the future. So yeah, first off, I'm going to give you my review of the new episode of Game of Thrones titled The Door. Wow, this was a very good episode. Not as good as last week's, but know what? Still good. First of all, the stuff with Sansa and Littlefinger was awesome. I'm glad that Sansa didn't just easily forgive him. Though I have to say, I think it would be really foolish of her if she did not accept help from the Vale. Like didn't tell Jon about it. I think it would be foolish if she didn't accept the Vale's help in the future. But I'm sure she will. And also the other stuff, more stuff with Brienne and Tormund was hilarious. Also, Sansa made herself a lovely new dress with direwolves on it, and I love it. I love it. Arya's storyline was actually pretty good. There's this play they did, which was a parody play, basically. And basically with that scene, I was thinking, yeah, Arya, you're not really Arya Stark, because it involved her father, and they were making Ned look like a dumbass, basically. So yeah, and that scene is like, yeah, Arya will never be no one. The Greyjoy storyline, I mean, I know some people have a problem with it, and I can understand why, but I personally enjoyed it. Though Euron's speech the second time around, which made him the king of the Iron Islands, didn't like it as much the second time around, but still. And then also the scene of him actually becoming the king, like the ceremony where they like drown him. Oh, that was pretty cool. Also, the Greyjoy music was awesome. So yeah. The stuff in the Marine was pretty interesting. There's a new red priestess called Kinvara. She was pretty cool, and she believes that Daenerys is a Azor Ahai. So that should be interesting. Also, there was a lovely scene between Daenerys and Jorah. I loved it. It was so beautiful and emotional, and Daenerys has definitely forgiven Jorah, and she basically commanded him to go find the cure because she needs him by her side. So sweet, and I really, really hope there's a cure for grayscale, but with Game of Thrones, I just gotta prepare myself for Jorah's death. So yeah. This most important part of the episode was everything with Bran, and we saw more visions, and basically Bran fucked up when he went back into the past, and something happened where the Night's King marked him, and they found where they were hiding, and yeah, Summer is dead, Hodor is dead, and the Three-Eyed Raven is dead. Just oh my gosh, and now it's only Mira and Bran, and they are running for their lives. Also, all the children are basically extinct now, so yeah, that that makes me sad. So yeah, just yeah, I mean, I know Bran totally fucked up. I'm not angry at him, but it still hurts that Summer and Hodor died. Also, with one of the flashback scenes, we gotta see more of young Ned Stark and Benjen, and we gotta see Lord Rickard Stark. It was so good. So yeah. Basically, I think I covered everything. I'll try to go into more detail with the next episode. So yeah, so overall, I'd give this episode a 4 out of 5, and I really can't wait for next week's episode. Okay, now my thoughts on the new episode of Reign, Safe Passage. I'm going to try to get through this quickly because so much happened. The Mary scenes were really good. The Catherine scenes were really good. The Narcisse scenes were good. And I'm so happy that he's finally going to go and get Lola, but not before he goes to Scotland with Mary and Bash, so that's awesome. Elizabeth and Lola stuff was good. Gideon is back, and the Rain Riders usually don't follow up with characters that leave this quickly, like have a goodbye scene this quickly, and I'm glad they actually followed up with this character, so yeah. Also, Delphine was back for few minutes, but then she was killed by Kristoff, and Kristoff was later killed by Bash after Bash figured out that Kristoff was the killer, and that was amazing. But Kristoff did die, but not before he told Bash of this letter, which basically told Catherine everything. And damn, the scene with Bash and Catherine was intense. He like choked her and almost killed her. So that was fantastic. Obviously, I knew Catherine wasn't gonna die. She lives a long time. So yeah, yeah, that was cool. I also really loved that Bash had a lot to do in this episode. And also, once again at the episode, Mary saved the day, blah, 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 with her sword, whatever. But thankfully, she didn't actually sword fight because that would have looked ridiculous. It was just an accessory sword, which we also saw. Wow, I'm all over the place with this review, sorry. But anyways, yeah, we did hear Francis's voice again in a letter. He was the one who left Mary the sword, which thankfully was only used for accessory purposes and not actual fighting because that would have just, no. So yeah. Well, I'm getting through this episode really quick, but really a lot happened. I'm talking more about it on my Instagram account, Reign of Queens. So yeah. But yeah, basically, and of course the big thing, Mary and Bash and not Mary. I almost said Mary, Bash, and Scotland. Mary, Bash, and Narcisse are basically they all left for Scotland at the end of the episode, which I'm sure that Narcisse will go to England from there. So yeah, basically a lot of things happened. Oh, also the end of the episode with Claude has found out what Catherine did, and she's upset. Charles is upset too, so things are not looking good for Catherine. So yeah. Overall, I really loved this episode, and I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. Yeah, I know that was quick, and once again, I will be a little more detailed and more organized with that review next week. So, yeah. Okay, now my review of The Nice Guys. Really good comedy. I really enjoyed the story. I really enjoyed all the acting, especially from Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. Their chemistry was amazing. Most of the jokes hit. The story worked out pretty well, but I can't say that I loved everything about this movie because the laughs, even though there were many laughs, there were still some times where it was like a few minutes would pass and there wouldn't be a joke. So yeah, I can't give The Nice Guys a perfect score, but I can give it a pretty high one, and I'm going to give The Nice Guys a 4.25 out of 5. Tell me your thoughts on that movie down below. And last but not least, my review of Neighbors 2. I wanted to like this movie, but I didn't. There were some good jokes, and the performances from Rose Byrne, Zac Efron, and Seth Rogen weren't good. But just no. There were shenanigans in this movie that just went on that made no sense. The sorority was a joke. Chloe Grace Moretz, she was annoying as fuck, and so were her friends' characters. Yeah, I know I don't normally curse, but it just slipped out. Anyways, also, they pushed this whole feminism and sexism thing down our throats. Well, sexism, they're like, oh my god, frats can throw parties in their house, but sororities can't? That is so sexist. And I'm just like, seriously, who cares? If it really is that big of a deal to you, then, I don't know. I don't know. I hated that movie. That took major points off the movie for me. That whole, like, pushing the feminism thing down our throats throughout the movie. Like, I'm not mad at Seth Rogen for that. I really just think he was intending to make a funny comedy. He didn't do it well. But I am still excited for Sausage Party. That movie looks amazing. So yeah, really, overall, Neighbors 2 was really disappointing sequel, and they shoved the feminism stuff down our throats, and I did not like that at all. So I'm going to give Neighbors 2 a 2 out of 5. The score might go lower by the end of the year. Who knows? But yeah. So yeah, those are all my quick reviews of the things I've missed. Oh yeah, also my brief thoughts on the episode 14 of season 3 of Reign. I really did like the episode. I'm sad to see Greer go, even though her goodbye scene was kind of lackluster, but I don't think we're going to see her again. I like the MASH scenes, and I also like to see Castle Roy again, even though it was only for like a few minutes. But yeah, I'd give that episode like a 4.5 out of 5. So anyways, yeah, so if you've seen any of those episodes of the shows or either of those movies, tell me down below in the comments. And yeah, I'll try to be better about my reviews in the future, which my next review will be for X-Men Apocalypse, which I am seeing tomorrow. So yeah, I will see you guys later. Bye.